guys, I'm driving to Nashville, Tennessee. About a 10-hour drive. Today is the 20th of February 2026, a Friday. And yes, I have taken off school today and on Monday for this 4-day trip. Said goodbye to my wife, and now I'm traveling through countryside like this. The occasion is the blessed wedding of Ben Batey and his fiancée Danielle. That'll be happening on Saturday. And in the meantime, I'll get a chance to be able to hang out with my UC Davis friend and fellow actor and video editor extraordinaire Kevin Ernst and his wife Sandra and their kids. And then also to see my friends Greg and Morgan Castillo that I've known for about 20 years now. I was able to travel down to their wedding in Florida a while ago. Last time we drove this way to Nashville to hang out with them, I was inside of a large camper van with 5 other people, one of them being my sister, and we stayed for the night as we toured the Grand Ole Opry, and we call that trip the Great Northeast Road Trip. I was back in September 2009.
Where is it we're traveling off to, Jared?
We're heading to Nashville.
Very nice.
Hotel is got a lot of big atriums filled with gardens and waterfalls and boat rides and shops.
Are we going to see all that?
Yes. There's enough glass up here to cover 7 football fields if you put them end to end. Wow.
And on the way back on Monday, I'll be able to see my childhood friend Jason Moreland, whom I have not seen since we were 8th graders in Panama. Should be fun. Stay tuned. Man, North Carolina is so beautiful. I'll be passing into Tennessee in the next many hours, but I'm stopping every 90 minutes or less to be able to stretch my legs, and it's a precaution against blood clots. Here I am in the fair state of Tennessee. I've been here for over an hour. In fact, here's Knoxville. As you can probably hear from my voice, I've got a cold, or I'm just getting over a cold, but it's sounding and feeling better. I'm about to indulge in some of the same thing that I ate for lunch, PB&J. It's the lunch and dinner of champions. Now that we're here, did you know Tennessee originally started off as an extension of North Carolina? It became the 16th U.S. state on June 1st, 1796. Its nickname is the Volunteer State because, oh my gosh, when America went off to war, this state signed up to fight. In the War of 1812 and the Mexican-American War, and especially in the Civil War. From 1861 to 1865, Tennessee was a little schizophrenic. On one hand, it was the last southern state to secede from the Union, and the first state to be readmitted back into the Union during Reconstruction. Tennessee contributed the most federal troops from any seceding state. But then it also contributed the second highest number of Confederate soldiers to the Southern cause, just after Virginia. It's also unfortunately where the KKK first came from. Noted Americans born in Tennessee include engineer Casey Jones, frontiersman Davy Crockett, muckraker Ida B. Wells, Cherokee chief John Ross, first governor John Sevier, and Olympic runner Wilma Rudolph. The city of Nashville is named for Revolutionary War leader General Francis Nash, and Knoxville is named for America's first Secretary of War, General Henry Knox. And Tennessee gave us Sergeant Alvin York, the most decorated soldier of World War I. In 1920, the state was the first to ratify the 19th Amendment, granting Tennessee women's suffrage. 1925 was a big year for Tennessee. The infamous Monkey Scopes trial was held and the Grand Ole Opry was founded. In 1933, the Tennessee Valley Authority was headquartered in Knoxville, building dozens of hydroelectric dams and coal-fired power plants throughout the state during the Great Depression. It became the biggest utility company in the nation by 1945. During World War II, much of the east part of the state worked on the Manhattan Project without knowing it. And in 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated here in Memphis. Tennessee's largest cities are its capital of Nashville, followed by Memphis, Knoxville, and Chattanooga. Nashville is, of course, the nation's capital of country western music, with the Grand Ole Opry and the Country Music Hall of Fame. Tennessee is also known for Graceland, Elvis Presley's home in Memphis, and Dolly Parton's Dollywood in Pigeon Forge. Nashville hosts 3 national sports teams, the Predators, Titans, and the Nashville Soccer Club. You can see on the Great Seal of Tennessee, the state cares about farming. Its 5 main agricultural products are cattle, soybeans, poultry, corn, and cotton. And its leading inedible products are still tobacco, wood, textiles, chemicals, and clothing. Its economy mainly comes from sectors of healthcare, music, finance, chemical, electronics, tourism, and automotive. And speaking of automotive, about 4:30, just past Knoxville, I got a warning on my dashboard that said there's a fast decline in the air pressure in this tire. So I bought this little guy at this Pilot store to temporarily repair it. Well, sad but true. Little tire, after 2 foam cans later, still is leaking out air, so I'm gonna have to go to a mechanic shop and get the tire repaired. Just less than 2 hours away from my destination. Que sera, sera. Here am I retracing the 20 minutes from the Pilot station back to Knoxville after locating the one nearby mechanic shop that was still open that doesn't just fix trucks out here. So here I am at Firestone in Knoxville, Tennessee, where my tire is being replaced for a pretty good price, I might add. But this does put me quite a ways away from getting to Kevin's place tonight. Fortunately, I've got my PB&Js for dinner. Well, I've still got 3 hours to go, but I'm passing by the place I was when I was trying to repair my flat tire myself. I'm grateful for the conversations I was able to have today, in addition to videotaping and trying to learn Latin phrases to memorize and listen to St. Augustine of Hippo's City of God and Confessions. I was also able to talk to some of my friends and also to my wife. Friends include Kevin Ernst and Michael Lawyer and Brian Trainer and Nate Violet. So, pretty good social calls. So I got here about 9 o'clock, and this is what we're playing. You might recognize this because I've been really enjoying playing this new board game. Kevin is Zargon, trying his best to destroy us. There it is. And Lance, Mike, Allison are all the mage and the barbarian and the elf, and I play the dwarf. So it's been a good end for today. Bypass the superhero quest. Amazing that this game is now 37 years old at the time of my Nashville trip. I still remember the commercial that came out in 1989.
Hero Quest. Deep inside another dimension, face battling barbarians and evil magic on a quest for adventure in a maze of monsters. This is Hero Quest, the fantasy adventure game where winning means mastering the arts of combat.
I'll use my broadsword
and magic.
Fire of wrath.
Discover traps and enemies, uncover secret doors. Once you get into it, you'll never be the same. Hero Quest.
So you guys, what time is it? It's now
11:45.
Okay, yeah, in Tennessee time. And how did we do on the game?
You won.
I got wasted.
Yeah.
Wait, not like that. I just, you know what I mean. Like, I died.
So yeah, we won with flying colors. I've never seen us do this well. Way to win.
Oh, you have to rescue somebody. Sir Ragnar.
We won.
Sir Ragnar.
Well, it's wake up time. It's 21st of February 2026, and it's the wedding day. My wife will be happy to know I got out of bed at 8:30 this morning. Time for breakfast, and also thank you to Aaliyah for allowing me the use of her room. So we happen to be here in the Ernst backyard, and wow, what a beautiful sight. We got Kevin and Winston and Sandra and gorgeous sunshine.
I'm right here.
And oh yeah, well, there's one other person right here. Yeah, there's Aaliyah. And I heard Kevin say that Tennessee is so, what color was it?
Green.
Green. Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah.
It is still green.
Comparatively to California.
It gets even greener, apparently. Yeah. And we've been able to chat about Sandra's work and why Braveheart is a great movie, and Kevin's ability to film and edit for his home videos. So
That's not fair.
Wait, do you do something with the videos then?
Yeah, oh man, wow, look at this.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Just look at this. Look at this.
Wow, my maitre d', my personal
Chef.
waiter, yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
This is excellent. So Kevin made breakfast this morning. What a treat.
Well, you should eat it first before you decide that it's a treat.
Fair point.
It could be a little sketchy.
It's always a treat for us.
Well, the sign says slow kids at play. I think it's rather insulting to call kids slow. But look at this. We've got rollerblades, way better than I could do, down this stellar neighborhood that the Ernsts live on. Aaliyah, who's the star of the show, she's searching for wildlife. And what a cool cul-de-sac neighborhood to be able to walk down and play. There's the Ernsts' home. A whole lot of cool neighbors, some of whom I played Hero Quest with last night. It's a really bright, beautiful, sunshiny day. Sorry you're not here to enjoy it. What do you think, Aaliyah? What kind of fun do you have over here?
Good.
Good fun?
Yeah.
That's great. What you got in your hand?
My dad.
Oh, your dad's phone. Well,
So I can take pictures of animals in that hood.
oh, what kind of animals?
Frogs or anything.
Frogs or anything. Okay. Let's see what we can find.
There is a place down
There. Okay. Then I think we're off to our first habitat. One of my highlights of staying with the Ernsts this morning was definitely the walk that I just had with Kevin, talking about life and where we've been in the last 20 years and his new screenplay of an idea. And now I'm off to the grand adventure, Ben and Danielle's wedding, just about 40 minutes away from here at Vanderbilt University. You know what? I feel another history lesson coming on. Vanderbilt University, or Vandy, or VU, first opened its doors in 1873 as a Methodist college in the impoverished Reconstruction South. It is named after the richest man in America at the time, the shipping and railroad tycoon Cornelius Vanderbilt, who donated a $1 million endowment that year. The Commodore, as he liked to be called, didn't ask the university to name the campus after him. Ostensibly, he wanted to repair the divisions between North and South after the Civil War. Nevertheless, there's a big old statue of him on Vanderbilt University. By 1914, Vanderbilt had ceased to be a Methodist school, but the religious influence is still felt to this day, especially in the names of its buildings. The same is true for Vanderbilt's neighbor, the campus of the Scarrett College for Christian Workers, which is now a big event center. The Scarrett Bennett Center and the Whiteman Chapel, where my friend Ben's wedding takes place today, are all specifically named after Methodists in the early years of the university. These structures were built between 1925 and 1928 in the style of Gothic European cathedrals, connected by open passageways with pointed arch entryways of limestone. Basically, they look like something out of Hogwarts. Vanderbilt has contributed much scientifically over the past century and a half. In the 1930s, the Vanderbilt School of Medicine invented methods to cultivate vaccines against chickenpox, smallpox, yellow fever, typhus, Rocky Mount spotted fever, and other diseases. And the campus is credited with saving countless lives in World War II when Vanderbilt's professor of surgery identified the symptoms of traumatic shock and how replacement fluids can recover those patients. Today, Vanderbilt campus is one of the best in the country, especially in terms of enrollment and admissions. It has multiple ROTC programs in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Its motto, Crescere Aude, means dare to grow. It has had its share of controversy and national attention over the years, both during the years of the Civil Rights Movement up to present times. To give you some idea, here's Martin Luther King Jr. giving a speech at the Whiteman Chapel 70 years before the wedding today takes place. And here's 2024's pro-Palestine protests on Vanderbilt's campus. So here we are at the chapel here on Vanderbilt University. I made it just in time to open the door for Danielle, the bride, to walk down the aisle. What was especially charming in this wedding is that Danielle got to have her brother as the minister.
And you may be seated down.
It was a beautiful, brief wedding with gorgeous architecture for the reception. The food was amazing. The strings music by live professionals was so sweet. Violins are definitely my favorite instruments. Ben and Danielle were smart cookies. They left time to actually eat their meal at their table. They seemed to effortlessly make the rounds to all their guests. They cut the cake, and my favorite part, they danced. I really liked the setup for the table where guests could sign their names and sentiments for the happy couple. And check out this classy seating chart. It's impressive, even if I didn't see it at first and sat where and with whom I wanted. Speaking of which... So really cool, I got to be here with my friends Bob and Donna, who also traveled hours and hours to get here. We're enjoying the food. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And these are my seconds. So... Well, I got back to the Ernsts by 6 o'clock. And now I'm going to get changed from this formal attire into much more comfortable. I'm going to go join the Ernsts for some family time now. Fire's roaring, really beautiful landscape. So we've been chatting for the last 2 hours, I think it has been, about some really deep, great subjects. I cried a little bit when I was talking about my brother. And then Winston came home, bringing home the bacon, or in this case, the naan bread and Indian food. It smells really good in here, garlic. Yeah, great way to spend an evening. Well, hello there. Good morning. It's February 22nd, and I'm pleased as punch to say I got a good workout in this morning, showered, and now I'm down for breakfast with the Ernsts for my final hours with them. Today I'm going to tour Kevin's workplace and see the movie that he worked on these many months, called I Can Only Imagine 2. Well, the book on the table says Sweet Tooth, and man, it's a good encapsulation. You got biscuits, French toast.
We are eating French toast.
Dad, stop.
So good.
Stop.
Hashtag
Oh my gosh, you're scared.
cooked. Hashtag cooked.
Yeah.
Stop selling, Win.
Did you make 6 or 7 French toast?
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it is really good. I would like to know how to make French toast as well. I haven't cracked this recipe yet, but you guys liked it, obviously.
Like and subscribe.
Smash that.
Smash that like button.
Dad, you just could be quiet, Dad. That.
All right, director says cut. Next up, saying goodbye to the Ernst household, and Kevin and I are off to his workplace, aka the factory. Guys, here we are at the factory, Kingdom Story Company. About to go inside.
So here we are at Kingdom, and this isn't even all the way full, but there's usually lots of drinks and snacks. It's amazing. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, and the kitchen is large. Yeah.
Just as the entrance. But if you come over this way, the whole company.
It even smells like movie theater.
Watch, review. They do screenings here, previews. It's state of the art. It's like a
Wow, I'm impressed. My workplace doesn't have this. Wow. Yeah, this is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, they're heated seats.
Are they really?
Thick seats.
It's yeah, I can feel the warmth. I'll have to take off my jacket pretty soon.
I would want to get permission.
Yeah, no, we got a movie to watch later on today anyway. Kevin just gave me the rundown on now that the movie is over, they're making all these stills, and this is the order that the movie is in, from reel 1 to reel 6. Yeah, with all the deleted scenes at the bottom. And this was not necessarily the way that the script was written, but you had to make it work based on what felt right, what the audience would appreciate. And this is all your handiwork, right? Like,
well, I mean, it was a tool to help the team review and figure out, and so we moved things around. Like you'll see here, there's a montage that was created, and they're all individual scenes. Like these guys are at the table, there's an interview that was done. But to help move the storyline along, it was turned into this one song, energetic montage. And so it was like, how do we cut these all together and integrate them? So the movie was originally almost 3 hours long.
wow,
And so now it's
110 minutes.
yeah. So like we had to get it under 2 hours. But through a montage, we were able to save a lot of the scenes that maybe would have gone away.
Yeah.
In a fun, energetic,
Musical.
way.
Yeah. I mean, I've done montages before for home videos, which are a lot of fun. They take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it really means saying goodbye to certain scenes in their entirety.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen this before. So we get to see a lot of big rooms with big computers, and then this is where the assistant editor himself works on his movie magic.
Yes. Back in September, piece of the movie. One of our versions.
Wow.
So you watch that. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
This was filmed on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it's like outside of a hospital in the rain.
Okay.
But this whole room was filmed with the green screen out the window because a storm was coming.
Oh, wow.
So, anyways, you'll see. This
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. There it is.
And these are other movies in recent years that have been done by. So inside of this room, Kevin was sharing with me, this is oftentimes used for filming with just a black background, and then this called the psych wall, right?
Yeah, or an infinity wall. You can use that for photography, video. Like I think they did a podcast here recently.
And where you interviewed some folks for the behind the scenes stuff. It's a good space for it. It's impressive. Well, I'm pleased to say we saw a lot in that small amount of time inside of his studio. Way more than I thought there was going to be. And now we're off to go see the movie, which is a rarity for Kevin since he has watched this movie so many times, but now he gets to see how an audience, at least an audience of one, would react to his handiwork. This is really cool to be inside of an AMC theater and check out the movie. Kevin just paid for both of our tickets, and while he's off buying some popcorn for the full experience, popcorn. I'm just scoping out the size of this place. It's not that often I see movies in theaters, but especially one that my friend worked on. It sounds like we're going to be 2 of 4 people who are inside this theater, so the movie's playing almost just for us. Well, wouldn't you know it? It's our final Taking History Personally segment. Faith-based studios are prolific nowadays. There are currently dozens of major Christian film companies that make up a growing fraction of the movie industry. The last 25 years have seen a surge of independent Christian audience-friendly movies, from Heaven is for Real, War Room, Miracles from Heaven, the God's Not Dead series, The Shack, Soul Surfer, and so many others. And although some of these hits rise above the stereotype, let's face it, the Christian film genre has a sadly justified stigma for visibly low budgets, piss poor acting,
Who it is? Better? You get that out of your system? Come on, we got work to do.
Come on, let's go bless some kids tonight. We've got gifts to give.
flimsy plots,
Maybe the common factor isn't in those who are taken. Maybe it's in those who are left behind.
and writing which can only be called sermon dialogue.
In my life.
Praise God.
But the fact that these movies keep coming demonstrates a strong American demand for what is called the modern faith-based film industry. and it all traces back to one movie that came out in 2004. Mel Gibson could not find a major Hollywood production company to financially back his script, so he fronted $30 million of his own money and proceeded to make the single highest grossing independent film of all time, bringing in $622 million worldwide. This record-breaking box office definitely got the attention of Hollywood producers everywhere, seemingly noticing the religious demographic for the first time. It turns out there's some animated debate as to what exactly constitutes a faith-based film. Some lists number the 3 Chronicles of Narnia movies as Christian films. I don't, even though I really like them. Or pseudo-journalism like Ben Stein's Expelled or the Patterns of Evidence series. Again, I don't, as these aren't stories, they're documentaries that support Judeo-Christian ideology. Since there is no consensus on the term, here's a stab at a definition of a faith-based film from someone who should know. Dallas Jenkins on the Christian Broadcasting Network identifies it by 3 characteristics. My films position Christian faith as a significant aspect in one or all of 3 factors: the main character's journey, the theme of the movie, or the setting. Obviously, that definition needs some refining. After all, Monty Python's 1979 parody Life of Brian had a biblical setting, but I don't see it proclaiming a Christian message. For that matter, many of the biblically based movies by big Hollywood studios nowadays are not made to inspire piety or a deeper relationship with God, but purely to lure in the Christian demographic to sell tickets. Prime examples of this were the 2 blockbuster Bible-related movies that hit the theaters in 2014, Ridley Scott's Exodus, Gods and Kings, and Darren Aronofsky's Noah. Neither were regarded as faithful to the text, and both directors identified at the time respectively as an atheist and godless. That's not to besmirch all major studios' biblically themed movie projects as greedy cash grabs. Major Hollywood studios have also been responsible for movies like The Nativity Story, The Book of Eli, or more recently House of David, which some Christian audiences have strongly identified with. But all these are relatively small peanuts. When comparing Judeo-Christian themed movies, one stands above the rest. You just have to go back more than 70 years. When adjusted for inflation, The 10 Commandments is still among the top 10 Hollywood moneymakers of all time. I mean, look at this. And tell me this is not how you make a Bible-based epic movie. It's got it all. The musical score,
yours was the face I saw above my cradle.
the dramatic acting,
The only mother I've ever known.
But my feet are set upon a road that I must follow.
the costumes, the sets, the sheer size. The movie had 14,000 extras and 15,000 animals. It has romance, action, grandeur, suspense, comedy, denouement. Come on, are you seeing this?
Let my people go!
As my wife points out, every single scene in this movie looks like it could be a painting. This film cost more to make than any other movie up to that point, with a budget of $13 million, but it made $122.7 million. The 10 Commandments, pardon the pun, is a 10 out of 10 for me. And who could forget another Charlton Heston classic, Ben-Hur, that came out just 3 years later and became the second highest grossing movie at the time, and is still the first of 3 movies to ever earn the most Academy Awards of all time. And these 2 films aren't the anomalies. I'm presuming you know the truckload of other blockbusters of the 40s through 60s that were based off of biblical figures, stories, or themes. But with the box office disappointment of The Greatest Story Ever Told by 1965, Bible epics eventually took a back seat. There were occasional Christian hits after the mid-60s, like Godspell, or Jesus Christ Superstar in the 70s, or Prince of Egypt in 1998, but by and large, this long-established genre had to take a break for several decades. So how far back do faith-based movies go? The answer is, surprisingly, all the way back. Before Cecil B. DeMille made his 1956 Ten Commandments, he had dazzled audiences with a very different 10 Commandments, a silent movie in 1923 that was one part depiction of Moses and one part modern-era story of an American family. But that wasn't the first biblical movie. That credit goes to an 1897 short French film that bears similarity to Mel Gibson's 2004 iconic and controversial flick, The Life and Passion of Jesus Christ. It's 10 minutes long and free to watch online. 130 years later, the faith-based film industry has grown and adapted. Consider the 2018 runaway hit, I Can Only Imagine, named for the most played #1 Christian single ever, made by Kingdom Films for $7 million and grossed $86 million worldwide. And we just finished watching its sequel in our theater. Here's Kevin's name as proof he did, in fact, edit this film. So, this was a better movie than I was expecting or anticipating. Kevin and I had a really good conversation right here, just to chat about my impression of the movie, but also what it was like to work on this, and how, like, in film, there really isn't apprenticeship the way that there is in other jobs, and how valuable that would be. And just in general, how movies do not encapsulate what real life is like, right? And nor should we expect them to. 110 minutes worth does not mean 23 years. So, yeah, it was good conversation. So the last time that I saw Kevin before this trip was in 2013 in San Francisco. We've talked on the phone, but I've never met Sandra before. Definitely never met his kids, Winston and Aaliyah. This was a really cool experience for me, staying most of 2 days with them. Gonna remember this for a long time. It was great to chat with Kevin after the movie, including in the parking lot, find out what his next project is gonna be. As of right now, though, I'm heading off to Greg and Morgan at Elliot Castillos' place, which is just about 20 minutes away from the movie theater. It's gonna be great to see them too. Last time I saw them, they were visiting Jared and Melissa's place. But the last time that I stayed with them was also 2013, 13 years ago. So it's good I'm getting my Nashville credentials renewed. All right, so I got here a little after 2 o'clock, and man, this has been so much fun hanging out with the Castillos. But Elliot was just giving me this view of this tank and what he mountain bikes on. One of my favorite parts of the visit was hearing Elliot's ability to go over all the specs of his new bike.
You can change to tubeless whenever you desire. It's a 1x11 drivetrain. It's got air suspension. I think it's a it's aluminum frame. Yeah, index shifter, Shimano D-Core, dropper post. The chainstay, I don't know what brand the chainstay is.
Don't know what brand the chainstay is.
I think it's stock.
But it's a
co-op. It's a co-op frame by REI.
Yeah.
It's got Maxxis Recon on both.
Tires, yeah.
Yeah, tires, I think.
That was a good purchase. Still be riding that after you're looking after your own son. These things are built to last.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Some of the other stuff that Elliot's known for around here is the artwork. So this, it might not go up on an art gallery, but it certainly belongs here with some eldritch horrors. We were talking about that. This kitchen definitely holds a cool place in my memory. As the place 13 years ago, I was able to bake well into the night with
like 50 pounds of apples.
Yeah, I brought them all from
And
Illinois.
flour.
And flour. Yeah, I probably left quite a bit of a mess, unfortunately.
You cleaned up as best as you could, considering how much flour you used.
I'm glad to hear that, because she's not joking. It was a lot. I got to hear about Morgan's exploration as to how the underpinnings of the stove works. And then outside here, 2.5 weeks ago, I got to see where an ice storm had just destroyed so much of the trees and the branches out here. And you can still see signs of that sheer vandalism of the weather. Greg and Morgan were nice enough to share their footage of the ice storm as it toppled trees. Listen in.
Oh, God.
Oh! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
Holy crap.
They took out the bird feeders.
Oh.
There's more.
Oh, there's more.
The ice storm also knocked out power to the whole neighborhood for 4 days.
Oh, God.
It got cold without power.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is after a lot of the effort. Oh yeah, not to forget, Happy wants to be known. There's just keeping the neighborhood safe, making sure there's no infiltrators out anywhere. We've been enjoying some good nostalgia and conversation. exciting times. It's good to be back here. So we're traveling now off to dinner, and my stomach is ready. This will be a really good meal at Osh.
Yes. So we're on Nolensville Road, which is quite an epicenter here in Nashville for a diverse group of restaurants and cultures. So we've got Mediterranean, we've got Somalian, we've got Thai food. We've got a lot of Mexican food. There's Mexican food trucks. There is Kurdish food, and there's the communities around here to support it. So there's quite a few.
And this is Uzbek type food here at
Uzbeki
Osh.
food, yes.
There was a little bit of a difficulty in choosing which of the restaurants to go to because all of them sounded really good, and then there was also a Thai option. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
There's downtown Nashville right there, here at the...
Oh, sweet.
See it.
Yeah.
Driving,
Yeah.
there's about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 13 new buildings that you can see now.
Wow. All right. We've done it. We made it here in one piece. And we'll all leave a little bit heavier.
I hope so.
So inside, it's really impressive. The artwork, the menu, there's so many different options. I had to choose between 3 different top choices, and that was hard. We'll see what they look like, the dinner, soon enough. But this is, what kind of bread is this again?
It's just Uzbeki bread.
Uzbeki bread. And it was made by cramming dough inside of the...
Like a clay oven. That kind of looks like a dough.
Yeah.
It like hangs on the side.
Amazing.
I'll feed you.
After a really sumptuous repast, we went back to the Castillos. What is it, Harry?
What is it, Harry? You hungry? Yeah, you know where it is. That's right, it's right here.
Harry impressed me with his good manners and patience. Check this out. The dog has more self-restraint than most hungry humans I know. Somebody's excited. Yeah, that was cool. I remember this staircase well, although it's been redesigned. When I was here last, it was with Jared and Melissa. And oh look, hey, there's a drum set with a drummer. Any chance of us being able to hear some beats?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Take a look at that. This is where I'll be sleeping tonight. Reminds me of like a really cool hotel stay. The artwork, the lighting. I don't know if you can see this, but looks like a nice cozy stay. Really, that's Elliot's artwork. Some concert or graphic design. Should be a good sleep. Oh yeah, this morning, Monday, I got up at 5:30, working out to a video about Lord of the Rings, and we'll be on the road by 7. After that, I do my Duolingo, then I'm going to shower. And while I'm here, I just have to take a look at the artwork that's all around the house, but really, here's some examples. You've got, no doubt, Morgan's talent at choosing the artwork on display. Maybe eclectic, but certainly artistic, and like, I love this stuff. That was so cool. I was just reading in Ecclesiastes this verse when Harry, my new 4-footed friend, came in and sought out some pets, and the verse was from chapter 3, verses 19 through 21. Man's fate is like that of the animals. The same fate awaits them both. As one dies, so dies the other. All have the same breath. Man has no advantage over the animal. Everything is meaningless. Really cheerful. All go to the same place. All come from dust, and to dust all return. Who knows if the spirit of man rises upward, and if the spirit of the animal goes down into the earth? So, Harry came up just at that point, probably seeking solidarity. Misery loves company. I got to say goodbye to the Castillos. In fact, that's their vehicle driving Elliot to school. And now I'm going to head off to go see Jason Moreland in the next 4 hours. It is cold and nippy out today, 21 degrees. Whereas earlier last week it was 70s and 80s here in Nashville. There are little snowflakes in the air, and it's supposed to be sunny today. Anyway, I'm doing pretty well after my saying goodbye. We got our last picture together, and now I'm off for the next 4 hours to get to Johnson City. As I'm driving the 4.5 hours, the ETA keeps on ticking up. So even though I'm driving faster than the speed limit, I'm also losing time. Interesting little paradox. I gotta hand it to Tennessee's creator. There's just so much really beautiful landscape. Kevin is right. Even in the wintertime, Tennessee is a green state. It is a pleasure driving through. I mean, check this out. Hot dang. It's times like these I wish I cleaned my windshield more often. Right now I'm listening to St. Augustine's The Confessions, and it is a really valuable piece of history. There's value in just the human element of a man reflecting on his past and applying it to his present. A lot of universals that he speaks about, I'm finding a lot of relevance on a religious and a human level. I'm traveling through the mountains of Tennessee right now. I am glad I'm not in a convertible. You may not be able to see it, but there is definitely a kicking up of snow in this mountain overpass. That's hitting the windshield. The temperature is 24 degrees. I'm glad I'm not out there. We'll be stopping for gas sometime soon, though. I'll be pulling off soon to make sure that we stick to the 90 minutes in the car only before I stretch my legs. But as of now, you can see the speed of traffic is somewhat diminished at 4 miles per hour. So I'll be stopping by for some gas pretty soon. Time to stop and smell the car exhaust. Hey, that was great. I just had a 2-hour and 20-minute conversation with Michael Lawyer, my friend, on this drive up to the border of Tennessee, and getting really close to Jason's location. Michael recommended that I get involved with jiu-jitsu.
I was doing the jiu-jitsu for a while. I was doing jiu-jitsu for 6 months.
Which will help keep me flexible, strong, better fighter. Michael's always full of compliments for me. It's gracious. Good conversation. I had not seen Jason Moreland in 34 years. That's more than a third of a century. I doubted we would recognize each other, since the last time he saw me was in December of 1992. He and I were in junior high together, at this school, when I would have looked much younger. No, much younger than that. Keep going. All right, that's too young. All right, there. That was me in 8th grade. And now for the last 22 years, I teach kids this age. Long before I taught and lived in Raleigh, North Carolina, even before my 12 years in Northern California, my family and I lived in Panama. It was a great, exotic place to grow up. There were coatimundi and sloths and geckos and so many ticks and mosquitoes. We owned a parrot and a jungle cat, and it's the only time our family has ever hired a maid, or really 3 of them, but 1 at a time. We moved there right after Operation Just Cause, when 27,000 American troops, including Army Rangers, Airborne, and Navy SEALs, invaded Panama and captured its unpopular dictator and drug trafficker Manuel Noriega in just 14 days. We got to see the immediate aftermath of the military action, as well as the canal, downtown Panama City, the buffets at the officers' clubs, the La Cascada restaurant. But what I remember most are my days in Corundu, where I got to know the Pigeon family, Danny Lopez, and the Morelands. Jason taught my brother and me how to play Dungeons & Dragons. It's also where I learned to play the Hero Quest board game. We moved back to the States halfway through my 8th grade year, but Jason stayed there for years afterward. All right, so we're inside of Jason's place, and it's a nice residence, but we just came back from Duck Tacos, really good food, and now I'm able to take a look at some of the D&D modules and books. There's Karen, Jason's sister. Yeah, some stuff that has survived over like 4 decades worth. Stuff I would have last seen in 1992. I mean, this stuff has stood the test of time. This is a D&D Monstrous Manual or Compendium that clearly has seen better days. That's amazing. And then this is my binder from junior high, where we were 7th and 8th graders together. This is what Jason sold me after we played it at his place. And here's my journal from when I was in Jason's dad's class. All right, so it is really cool to look over these memories, and here he is. There's Jason Moreland. Both of us had a lot of memories stirred of Panama that I didn't remember until Jason started talking, or vice versa. Yep. It's one of the coolest parts about remembering a time period that very few people can remember. So I'm going to read off some journal entries that Jason's dad, Bill, had me write down as an assignment. It turns out you also had to do journals too.
I don't know where those are. I have them somewhere.
Okay.
I think my sister has them.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been such a cool experience. So glad that we did this. Well, I'm about to leave Johnson City, and it's about 4:48. Man, that was a good visit. I was really grateful to be able to meet up with a childhood friend after not seeing him for the last, 34 years, not since 1992. Going over old D&D adventures and junior high memories and people that we hung out with, trying to catch up. And how do you catch up after a third of a century? I think we did a pretty fair shake over some good tacos and hanging out at his place. So, hard to top that as an end to this Nashville trip. Now is the 4.5 hours remaining to go back home. Man, it will be good to see my wife again. I know right now as I'm driving through the very snowy terrain, the mountains in between North Carolina and Tennessee, I'm reflecting on the fact that, yeah, there's a whole lot of snow being dumped right now in New Jersey and New York in record numbers for this time of year, and all throughout the Northeast. So this is pretty. It's not dangerous. It's been cold out, 23 degrees right now. I'm taking it slow because right now this is my easy stretch of 4.5 hours till I get home. It'll be dark by the time I arrive by 9:15 or so, with minimal stops. But yeah, that's winter landscape I didn't plan on. It certainly didn't have as I first drove up here on Friday. Welcome to North Carolina, the sign just said, and my GPS. And that snow is even thicker. Pretty soon, Boone is coming up, which is where my lovely bride and I just spent a beautiful 3.5 days. As recorded in the video you might have seen. This is really gorgeous. I'd love to be able to see a lot of this with braids. And I am basically passing nobody on these roads. Largely just me. Hey, you know what's cool is being able to see downtown Boone that Braids and I walked this very path, now just covered in snow. More snow, in fact, than anywhere else that I've driven through so far. So much of this is so familiar in my mind because it was just 3 weeks ago. That's where we ate our dinner on the last day we were here. Further down is the Thai place and the first night's dinner. Braids, I hope you enjoy seeing this, but white. Downtown Boone. There's Mass General Store. Like, you don't have to be an App State student graduate to really appreciate being in this town. That looks familiar. Wildcraft Eatery. On the way up on Friday, I did not pass by this way. It was purely through I-40. I am so glad that stopping by Jason's place in Johnson City enabled me to then trek through Boone. Now, by my planning, it's the fastest way to get back home. Still another over 3 hours to go. Well, I just did my last rest stop and chatted with my dad and Braids and my friend Marlon. And I get a chance to be able to pray in this last hour of driving time as I near my house. I gotta reflect. I am really grateful to have been able to have seen Kevin and Sandra and Aaliyah and Winston and Ben and Danielle and Bob and Donna and Greg and Morgan and Elliot and Jason on this trip. So, thanks God.